Yep.
About to hit a ground pinch pogo psycho.
Alright,
You're live, kid.
Caden's live.
Well,
He's live on my chip.
So
So I'm live, but he's the host.
And I think
we're gonna get booted out of Discord.
Oh yeah, right. Wait, no, actually no, that's good.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the 2025 Christmas Bowl. We are finally here to the end of the quarterfinals. Yes, this will be the fourth and final quarterfinal matchup we will be completing today. We just we just completed one before the break here. We'll go ahead and show you what the result of that was. As you can see right there in that third slot in the quarterfinals, Ben was able to take down Grant Miller in a sweep. His magical run has officially ended, but it was still a great tournament for him, making it to top 8 when he wasn't expected to. Just a great run for him. Meanwhile, for Ben, he's now going to play Chase in a best-of-7 in the semifinals, where one of our members in the grand finals is now guaranteed to be a new member, which is absolutely crazy. But as you can see, there's still one thing missing. It is right here at the top of the bracket. Zeph and Zach will be our final quarterfinal matchup today. And as we take a look, before I show you the head-to-head, let's take a look at how the groups have been performing here in the playoffs. As you can see, Group B is running thin. We talked about how Group A was originally the one losing people, but we've lost 2 consecutive Group B members in Xavier and Grant Miller, and we might lose a third here unless Zach can pull off a major upset. But let's go ahead and take a look at this head-to-head between the two. Obviously, one stat I want to point out is Zach has never been swept by Zeph in a series so far in the bowl era. He's going to look to keep that up as well. We take a look at this head-to-head here. You see the ones MMR going in the favor of Zeph. Basically every stat except for demos went in the favor of Zeph. But once again, as you can see there, Zach did have a forfeit win for one of his games, which was a tiebreaker matchup between Tim, so takes a little bit of the stats away for them as well. But Zeph looking like the favorite. Obviously, he has not lost since last year's Christmas Bowl, so Zach's going to be the first one to do it. Unfortunately for him, neither the match odds or the predictions are going in his favor. Zeph has a 56% chance here to win, and in predictions, only Madeline was the one to pick him to win in predictions. So we'll see how things go. Obviously, everybody in the top 4 in predictions, talking about that real quick, with Grant Miller predicting himself, he's actually fallen to a tie now for 4th place, I believe, as Zeph and I are now tied in 2nd place at 14, and Zach is currently in the lead with 15, looking to not give up $20 for predictions, but he's also looking to not give up $100 for the bowl if he's unable to win this.
If I lose, you make me guaranteed I have to pay the winner $100. Yep. And it could be a 20 if I...
But yes, this is going to be quite the matchup here. Obviously, one of them goes home and one will go to the semifinals. I apologize. I am trying to set up the match here. Utopia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it's all good. Make sure all the teams are set up and everything.
Yeah.
I gotta hunt looking at the final.
Wait.
Not quite, but you could dream.
That is not an accomplishment.
Just got to look at this real quick so I can get things right here.
I mean, I guess.
Did you put in records for this bowl or overall?
Overall.
Okay. That's what I thought. Whew. right. We're setting up this quarterfinal here. It's going to be an amazing matchup for sure. I'm very excited to be able to commentate this one. We'll see how things go. Are you and Zeph both ready?
He's ready, Zeph. Okay. Rock and roll.
Okay. Is there anything I need to do with Barl or anything?
No, it should be good.
This does say game 3 though.
I got that earlier and I sold it because of the questions.
As I about turn off the PC. As I about ruin your controller.
It's actually the mouse.
The mouse.
But yes, this is our last quarterfinal of the Christmas Bowls, and the Christmas Bowl, and then we will be able to know who all of our semifinalists are. So without further ado, oh my gosh, dude. Let's go ahead and get into it here. The final quarterfinal matchup between Zach and Zeph is about to be underway. This is going to be an incredible matchup here. Here we go.
It's alright. I might stop in and talk. Good luck, Zeph.
Here, let's go test that. You can just test it right now. You can test it right now. You got it. 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 You got it.
The final matchup in the quarterfinals is underway. Zeph gets the advantage early on in the kickoff. You see him using a very different car than what he normally uses as he takes the ball up in the air, taking it to midfield. Zach takes the ball, though, and can get this one on target. I don't think he was able to. Zeph going to hit that one past. And Zeph currently sitting with no boost. Zach has got the boost. What can he do here? He's dribbling that ball, looking to get it over. He's unable to get the flick, and Zeph will get the save and also turn the ball. Zeph has been so good, obviously. He has not lost since last year's Christmas Bowl in the grand finals. It's been over a year since we see this man lose a series, although he's had a couple of them be close. We go back to the group stage where Jack took him to 5. He had to reverse sweep. That's the last time really he's been greatly challenged. I mean, Reese did take a game off of him. Caden was unable to take a game, and neither was Ben, so we'll see what happens here. Zach gets a flick over, and he will start off the scoring. It's a nice flick there over Zeph. And he starts us off here with just over a minute in. That kickoff will go heavily in Zeph's favor. Now Zeph holding Zach hostage, although he misses the shot. Zach did jump for it, but it doesn't matter as Zeph has to retreat back to his half now. He'll grab that boost. We'll see what happens here. Zeph taking his time. Zach going to push. Zeph gets it around. What can he do here? He's going to take it up the wall. Going to look for an aerial play. Gets a reset. Gets another reset. And he's unable to do much. We talked about, remember, $100 on the... Oh, my. Wow. What a play by Zeph there. What a shot. Gets it up. Gets the reset. Gets a musty flick into the net. What a goal. That's the kind of mechanical plays that you're going to see out of Zeph, and it's ones that are so hard to stop. Especially for Zach, those difficulties. He's going to have a chance for a goal, and he's going to strike right back and take the lead again. But as I was saying, that $100 is on the line right now. If Zach is able to win this, he still will be in the running and not have to give out $100. However, if he loses it, the battle for it begins. So it adds a little bit more spice to this matchup, even though there's already a lot to it. I guess since I was talking about Zeph's run to get here, we'll talk about Zach's run to get here. Wow, what a pinch. That Cuxer pinch attempt from Zeph there. Doesn't find the net, but Zach's road to get here, he played Grant Miller. He got the dub there. He played Chase first, actually. Fell 3-1. Then played Grant Miller, got the sweep there. And then he did end up getting swept by Xavier as Zeph's going to get a nice play in the air and tie the game at 2. Just has all the space, and he's just able to air dribble it just over Zach's head and tie the game. However, that sweep against Xavier, it was a really good series, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of lag issues coming from Zach as well, so we don't know how that series would have played out. There was 0 lag, but still give Xavier his props for taking that one. And then obviously Zach had that forfeit win over Tim to get into the playoff stage. Now Zeph looking to pop it high, looking for a bump. He doesn't find the bump, but it still goes in. And Zeph takes the lead for the first time in this game. It's a good pop-up by Zeph. For him, he was unable to get the bump. Still finds a way to score. 2:18 on the clock. That kickoff goes in Zach's favor. Can he do anything with the ball here? He pops it up. And Zeph hits it back off of the crossbar, and now he will take possession. I don't want to give too much space here. We saw what Zeph did the last time. Zach jumps in the air and stops Zeph from doing anything that time. He's going to take the ball in the boost, but he gets demoed. And what's going to happen here? All I see is the corner. There we go. Zeph with possession of the ball again, looking for a musty. He gets it, but it's not very powerful. Now Zach will have possession of the ball, and he's got the boost. He flicks it over. Another flick from Zach. This is an entertaining game one. Seeing a lot of mechanical plays from both members here. What a flick here. 3-3 with 1:40 to go. Who's going to come out on top here in this game one? Oh, that kickoff heavily in Zach's favor. Can he get it on target, though? He does, but Zeph jumps in the way. 1.5 on the clock here. All netted up in game one. Ooh, Zeph gets Zach to bite. Unfortunately, he doesn't score off of it. Now going to look to get it. Actually didn't attempt to score, really. Zach with the ball, doesn't get a touch. Zeph could take advantage of this. Zach's in front of him, but can he get away? It's off the post, and it ends up going in anyways. That is very unfortunate. So close to that being out. Takes a slight... If it took a slight bit more out of the net bounce there, it would have been out. 1:09. Now Zeph with a 1-goal lead, and he's got the kickoff here too. Zeph misses the ball. Now Zach's going to have possession. What can he do? Zeph gets a 50, but it gets launched out to mid. But now he's going to have the boost and the ball going up in the air. What can he do? Gets a reset. And the musty again. What a shot.
In my head.
That's why it's so hard to stop Zeph. Because once he has the ball in his hands, it's hard to take it away. And there he just makes the incredible plays. He's going to look to add a third to make it a 3-goal lead. He's unable to. 40 seconds. Can Zach find 2 here? It looks like he's going to find 1 back. He's going to have 37 seconds to find another. A very high scoring, high action game number one as Zach gets the huge advantage on the kickoff. Zeph jumps and actually own goals it. I'm not sure what to think of that one. Gets the advantage on the kickoff here. Zach jumps, Zeph jumps as well. I think he was trying to get it off the crossbar, but he actually didn't hit it high enough. And just like that, we're tied. 31 seconds on the clock here. Another good kickoff for Zach. Zeph jumps in front this time. Will not own goal it. Zach leaves the play for some boost. Zeph popping this high, and he's going to take the lead with 17 seconds to go. Zach almost got there, but he was unable to touch the ball. He bumps Zeph in the air. Obviously didn't do anything. That kickoff unfortunately not going to go in Zach's favor, and Zeph's going to be able to waste a lot of time here. However, he gets a very bad touch, and if that ball goes in, and it does, we might be looking at overtime. Very risky play by Zeph there. He had no boost. I know he was trying to flick it, but he really didn't get a good touch. Zach able to just capitalize with the long clear. So much back and forth in this game. This kickoff's going to be crucial. It goes heavily in Zeph's favor. He grabs that mid boost. What can he do? Going to look for a double, fails, and we've got overtime in game 1. However, that kickoff heavily in Zeph's favor, and he's going to take game 1 in only 5 seconds. That kickoff is so unfortunate. It goes, bounces off the wall, and right into Zeph's hands. As Zeph will take game 1 in what was a very incredible opening game of this series so far. Take a look at the stats here. Zeph 7 for 13 shooting at 13 shots in that game. Zach, much better accuracy, 6 for 7. He had 5 saves as well. And Zeph only had 1 save.
E is the stats.
Okay, I think I clicked it. Then I had to hit G to go back to gameplay. Yep, I did hit it. All right, here we go. Very entertaining game 1, but we'll see how things go from here. Can Zach find his way back here? Kickoff starts in Zeph's favor. However, Zeph's got that boost. Zach's able to grab the corner. Now Zeph going up. He's in the dominance this game. He talked about how he's going to run a different preset every single game. And unfortunately, that was just a very awkward looking play for Zach. Zeph doesn't get a touch. Zach's just kind of stuck on the post there. Kind of just gets too far underneath the ball and ends up own goaling it. Zeph takes the lead early on here in game 2. Now Zach looking for a shot of his own. That one's going to be off just a little bit too high. Now Zach's got possession. Can he get another flick? No, he's unable to get the flick there. Now Zeph in the air again. Gets a reset looking for a double. Is unable to find it. He does mess up Zach enough too, so he's unable to find a shot on target. Zeph just getting in the way, not allowing Zach to have anything. Zeph up, touches the ball. Drops down now. Zach is able to get around. Can he get it on target? Yes, he will, and we're tied. Just over a minute in, both competitors have now scored a goal. We'll see if this one is another back and forth game. Zeph jumps off the kickoff and takes the lead. It's another one of those kickoffs that bounces off the wall. Zach tries to get in the way. So close, but it was unable to get a touch. Zeph back in the lead. Up 1-0 in the series. So that one back in Zach's half again. He's able to get a touch off the wall. However, Zeph now back with possession. Zach gets the save. It was really close. And now Zeph with the ball again. Going to jump up, looking for a double. It's off the crossbar. And Zeph's able to get back on the ball before Zach can really even do anything with it. Just so fast on the recoveries. Now looking for a pinch. Zach comes in and blocks it. But for the most part, Zach has done really well at taking advantage of Zeph's mistakes. Although every once in a while, Zeph's able to recover very well. As he's really good at that. 2 minutes into this game, Zach jumps up, gets a touch. Doesn't look like the touch that he was intending for as he comes in and gets a demo. Grabs that mid boost. He's going to launch that one. Going to be off back wall. Now Zach. Could Zach get back to this in time? No, he won't. I mean, he did get back, but he misread the touch, and we're tied again. It's a very good shot placement from Zach there. Probably knew that Zeph was going to go in immediately and try to get a touch. Was able to slot it just around him. Kickoff heavily in Zeph's favor again. We talk about kickoffs a lot in these 1v1s, and obviously Zeph's going to have a faster kickoff than most of the people in this game or in our bowl. And it's going to turn out to be
All he does is kickoff in a dribble ball.
the factor here. Two and a half minutes to go. Zeph holding on to a 1-goal lead. He gets a 50 there. He's going to be able to grab that mid boost. We'll see what he does. Just waiting a little bit. Going to get possession of the ball. He's going to jump up. Going to look to go low. Zach did not fall for it. Zeph does get the boost. That's a good 50 for Zach. Can he get it over Zeph? He tried. Zeph was able to get back to it. Another good 50. Trying to slot it around. He's able to grab that Zeph's corner boost. And now, I'm not sure. Zeph might have been looking for a rule 1 there. It doesn't happen. He was going to try to end the game right there with the rule 1. And Zach was not having any of it, as he's going to go ahead and score, and we're tied again with under 2 minutes to go. What a great series this has been so far. Just a bunch of back and forth. You just don't know who's going to come away with that ending goal. And another kickoff that's going to just go right back in Zeph's favor.
No, he doesn't get more than 50 goals.
Every time Zach is able to claw his way back from being down 1 goal, Zeph immediately scores another one. Oh, and now Zeph going to turn this one. Can Zach jump in the way? No. And for the first time this game, Zeph with a 2-goal lead. A minute and a half to go. First time that Zach's going to be trailing by 2 goals. And it might be 3 again off the kickoff. Zeph will take it to the corner. And he's going to jump up here. Looking for a pinch. It's not a very powerful pinch in the slightest, but he's still able to score. He had all the boost there. Zach really just could not do anything. It's a very awkward touch. Minute 21 on the clock. Now facing a 3-goal deficit. What can Zach do? Zeph goes in and takes both the mid and the corner boost to make sure Zach just has nothing. That one gets launched, only a minute to go. Zach's got to find an opportunity here. Zeph gives him the ball. He's able to launch it away, but Zeph's already on it. Going to waste as much time as he can. He's just going to dribble it up in the air. Now Zach trying to get it down the field, but he was unable to get it fully around Zeph. Zeph doesn't get the greatest touch, and Zach will find one back. He's got time now, 38 seconds. He needs 2 more. I'd say Zeph did not make a good touch here. He launched it away, and he just wasn't able to get back to it before Zach got it past him. It's a decent kickoff. Zach knows to go for that corner boost. Zeph's got the mid. 50 comes through. Zach goes for the boost. I don't know if he got that.
I did.
Okay, he did get the boost. but he got demoed for his efforts. A pinch from Zeph. Zach launches it that way, just off target. He's running out of time. He needs 2. And he gets 1 there. I don't know how the heck that ended up going in. Let's take a look at this. So obviously he dribbles it up the wall. Ooh, Zeph maybe jumped a little bit too far out, left too much space. Zach finds one. He's got 8 seconds here. He's going to need a good kickoff. It's not a bad kickoff, but I think Zeph's going to get to that ball first and should just waste all the time. Drops to the floor. And Zeph up 2-0. Looking to close this one out here with 1 more game. Okay. I don't know how to take that off, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay. But yes, Zach will be using his timeout here after game 2. Another close one. Zeph was up by 3 goals at one point in that game, and he found his way back. It's been hard-fought wins for Zeph for sure. He's won by 1 goal in both. This one, you see Zach was 5 for 7 shooting again. Very efficient, just like Zeph this time. He was 6 for 8. Zeph had 1 save, and Zach had 2 saves. But going back to what I talked about earlier, Zach has never been swept by Zeph. That is one stat that he's held high to himself in these bowl games, and he's going to look to avoid it again. We've seen him come down 2-0 in a lot of series, and even against Zeph back it was last year's Christmas Bowl, in which he brought it back to a game 5. He was so close to reverse sweeping. He's going to have to do so here if he wants to keep his tournament hopes alive and keep his money alive as well, keep his money in his pocket. But this is going to be it here. Game number 3 is going to tell us a lot. Can Zeph close out in a sweep and put the money on the line? Or will Zach hold on once again, being down 2-0? Zeph again in a new car. Looks like the Octane ZSR. And he's going to score. And in the Christmas Bowl this year, he has not lost since he played Reese, in which he allowed 1 game. He swept me and he swept Ben. He's looking to do the same here to Zach. And she's got something to say about it. Zeph comes back with a demo. Grabs that mid. Isn't able to get too much of a pop on the ball. Gets a bump. He's just not allowing Zach anything. It's a reset, able to pop it down, but doesn't really get too much. Bounces that one off the post. Zeph's just got 100% full possession of this ball just because the bumps and the demos he's gotten on Zach and the fact that he's just taking the boost. This is the first opportunity Zach's had. Zach's able to get it behind Zeph, and he will score and tie the game. Very good play by Zach here. He lets Zeph get the touch and then hits it backwards. Knows that Zeph can't have a lot of boost. And is able to score and tie the game. We've seen so much of this back and forth, but most of it has been in Zeph's favor. Can we see a back and forth where Zach is holding on to the lead? Oh, he pops one over, but he's unable to get it on target. It was just off on the post. He gets it over again, and again, it's just off target. He's doing really good at keeping possession of the ball and not letting Zeph get anything. Oh, and he gets it around him here, and again, it's off target. Now looking for a shot, and finally, Zeph's going to say no more of that. Now Zeph's going to have possession. The 50 comes through, and Zeph is unable to get it on target. Zach with the ball again. Going to look to collect it. And Zeph will send that one out. Not going to let Zeph get a touch. Zach gets it behind him. But again, Zeph is just so quick to get back on the ball. Popping it up. Zach just waiting to see what Zeph's going to do. Gets the 50, keeps it out. Zeph now taking it back to his half. Zeph takes all of the boost on that line. Zach maybe trying to go for a demo. At least something to knock him off his groove. It's now Zeph. He's got the dribble. Ooh, he's unable to get the flick. I think this is the longest scoring drought that we've had in this series. You can tell a lot is on the line here in Game 3. Zeph pops that one over. Can he get to the ball? He does, but he bounces it off the post. Zach's got possession now. Looks to read Zeph, and it's off the post and out. That was a great play by Zach, but unfortunately it doesn't work. He's going to have another chance here. Zeph pushes the ball and gets it around. Grabbing the mid. He's going to take it up. The look to get a touch. It's not a great touch. Zach will launch it, and it's behind Zeph. Under 2 minutes to go. Zach has got the lead. Didn't even get to see what happened with Zeph again there, as I had to look at the corner. But I did get to see Zach's goal there. 2-1 advantage in a game that he must win to stay alive. That kickoff going slightly in his favor. Going to look for a shot. Zeph gets there just in time. Zach gets the flick there. Zeph gets a touch. Zeph a little bit awkward defensively. But ultimately, everything works out A-okay, and Zach shoots one over. And I think for the first time in this series, Zach has got a 2-goal lead. He just kept Zeph on his toes. Kept possession of the ball offensively. That's what you got to do against Zeph. Can't let him have possession. That's exactly what Zach did there, and with a minute and a half to go, he's holding on to a 2-goal lead, 3-1. Finally, we see a kickoff that goes heavily in Zeph's favor. We haven't seen those too much in this game, and he doesn't get a good touch there. Zeph doesn't get a great touch there. Zach's got the full boost. Looking for a 50. Doesn't go well. Zeph going to try to turn this on target. He doesn't have it on target. Zach goes, and Zeph's going to find one back with a minute 9. Zach holding on to the 1-goal lead now. Kickoff will be more mid, but Zeph's going to have possession. Gets a reset. Gets a second, but it's off. Zeph, again, going to take it back to his own half himself. Zach going to look for the goal, but it's off target. Zach gets a demo, though. That's going to waste precious seconds off the clock for Zeph. It's also going to give him possession of the ball. It's a nice flick over, and Zeph own goals. He jumped up for it. And it ends up coming off the crossbar into Zeph's car and goes in 42 seconds. Zach again with a 2-goal lead. Again, though, the kickoffs from Zeph. This time he's unable to get it on target immediately. Well, what's he going to do here? Zach's able to meet him with the 50. And the more that this time runs out, the closer Zach is to getting this game. Zach jumps and gets that one away. He gets the boost as well. Seconds coming off the clock. Zeph is running out of time to close this one out. That one's not going to be on target. Zeph going to look to turn it, and it's off the post. Zeph going to run out of time, and Zach keeps the streak alive. He will still keep it going. He doesn't get swept by Zeph again. The timeout definitely helped him there. What a game from him there. First time we saw him up 2 goals, and he was able to keep it. Obviously, Zeph got a goal back, but he was able to find one right back. Zach 4 for 7 shooting. Again, he's been decent in shooting percentage in all games so far. And Zeph, look at this, 2 for 8. And Zach only had 2 saves as well, so that tells you that Zeph missed a lot of shots that game. But he got one back, but he's still, unfortunately, in the same situation. He just can't get swept now. Can he hold on one more time? Game number 4. Can Zach force a game 5? Zeph again in another new car. Zach looking for a shot already. Zeph doesn't get the greatest touch. Zach gets it over and he takes the lead. Not a good touch from Zeph there. He had all the boost too. And Zach has just enough time to pop it over. Oh, and there's the kickoff from Zeph. And it is on target. Zeph immediately responds off the kickoff. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get that on target. It was definitely close. But he does, and we're all tied up with only 14 seconds being taken off the clock here in game number 4. And another kickoff is going to give Zeph the lead. Another very good kickoff for Zeph is going to give him a 2-goal lead. Zach's going to have to figure something out about these kickoffs right now because that's 3 consecutive goals now from Zeph off the kickoff. 4:37, still plenty of time. I mean, we're not even 30 seconds into this game as finally a kickoff doesn't go straight into Zach's corner. What can Zeph do here with the ball on the ground? Gets it over, gets demoed for his efforts. See what Zach can do, trying to get it around. Zeph is able to get the touch. Now looking to get that on target. Is it there? It is. 3-goal lead still early on in game 4 for Zeph. Zeph will give Zach possession of the ball here. Let's see what he can do. He's going to dribble it on his car. Again, another demo. This could be a chance for a goal. Zeph spawns in there, but he's just not going to be able to get to it.
What do you call that, a stall demo?
Sure, we can call it a stall demo. It was pretty impressive. Zach finds one back. We have 6 goals, and we're only a minute into this game.
We have the exact same score in 1 minute.
Kickoff heavily in favor of Zeph, but Zach takes the boost, and Zeph is going to be not going to be able to get the kickoff goal, and instead Zach's going to get the counterattack goal.
I kill myself.
Finally, a kickoff that goes heavily in Zeph's favor doesn't actually go in the net for him.
Finally.
Zach has brought it back, and again, we're back to the very high-scoring affair that we had in those first 2 games. I mean, the last one was still decently high, but not as high as we saw. And the kickoff this time heavily in Zach's favor. We haven't said that too much.
Oh.
Zeph misses the ball, has to make a touch, and then gets a 50 to keep it out of the net. And Zeph's able to get it over and back to a 2-goal deficit for Zach.
How did I not touch this?
Let's see.
Okay.
And it just popped over. 3.5 minutes to go. 5-3 scoreline here for Zeph. Looking to close this one out. He failed to do so in game number 3. Can he do it in game 4? And it's another thing off the kickoff that he's just going to let roll in. 6-3.
This is speed flip.
Another slight kickoff going in favor of Zeph this time. This time he's going to pop it up. It's over, but it's also off target. Now he's going to Go off the ball, grab some boost. Let Zach go on it here. Let's see what he can do. A good 50, but it's just way too high. Ooh, maybe trying to throw Zeph off his game here. Gets a backwards hit. Zeph's going to jump in. He definitely did a good job of making Zeph awkward. He just didn't have the boost to really get a good touch. Zach will take it over to the other side. Facing a 3-goal deficit. Zeph jumps, misses, and that one's over. He finds one back. Two and a half minutes to go. Zach needs 2 more goals in order to try to stay alive. A delay from Zach might work perfectly if he can get to this. He's on it. He gets to it first, but he shoots it off. Now Zeph turning back. Zach going to look for the flick again. It's off. Zeph going to turn on the ball.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Now Zeph up in the air. Doesn't have a lot of boost. He's not going to be able to do much. And he's not going to be able to do much at all, especially with Zach in possession of the ball. But he's unable to get it on target. That was a prime opportunity to find one of those 2 goals back that he needs. He gets a good 50 here. Can he jump and get it in? He will. 1-goal game with under 2 minutes to go.
Not letting you go, Zeph.
One thing I can say about this is never count Zach out. No, in any game, any series. He could be down by 3 goals and he finds his way back. He could be down 2-0 in the series. Guess what? He finds his way back.
We both played delay.
Both of them play delay there. Zeph going to take the boost first. Now he's got possession of the ball on his car. And Zach is able to get the save. That was an incredible save. Can he actually get this on target before Zeph gets there? Yes, he will. We're tied. Woo. I was trying to figure out how Zeph wasn't there already, but I realized that he was farther down the field. And there was just too much power on that shot. Zach has brought it back again. He's done the hard part, but he still has to get 1 more goal to take the lead. He's going to have possession of the ball here. Zeph going to let him have it. They're going to 50. That's going to go into the corner. And this is crunch time now. Any goals that come in could be very important. 50, not the greatest. F4, the shot, it's off the crossbar. A pop-up. Zeph staying on it. It's off the post again. Zeph can't find a shot that's on target. But the thing is, he's keeping Zach awkward. It's a flip reset. And Zach's going to clear that one away. And finally, he's able to get some boost. The 50. And he's unable to find the shot there. Again now, Zeph in the air with the ball. Looking for a reset, Zach. Pops it away, steals the corner. Zeph bumps him off the ball. The 50, and Zach keeps it out again. Incredible job defensively from Zach here. But Zeph's going to keep on keeping him awkward. Another shot. Saved again. Zeph going fully back. Zach pops it to him. Zeph doesn't get the greatest touch. And this one's going to go to the floor. We have overtime in game number 4.
Am I going to get 6-7 again in overtime?
Kickoff going slightly in the favor of Zach. Trying to get it around it, but Zeph is able to clear it away. Now Zeph in the air with the ball. Gets a reset, and that goes in. And Zeph's going to hold on.
I got 6-7 6 times in this fishing school.
That was an incredible series from both of these competitors. We saw 2 overtimes in game 1 there and game 4. Just realized I forgot to put the stats up on the other two games, and whatever. Zeph 7 for 14 shooting there. He had a lot of opportunities. You saw him trying to keep Zach awkward at the end of the game. And Zach did an amazing job with the defense. And it just came down to that overtime.
Yeah. Yo.
What's going on, Zeph? That was an incredible series you had with Zach there. Extremely close. Zach was so close to bringing that back. You guys had 2 overtimes. How are you feeling after that one?
Confused?
Confused.
I mean, yeah, Zach has been like messaging the entire game. And I'm just playing the game, and he's like, "Okay, I get it, bro, I get it." And I didn't know what he meant.
I think he was talking about the kickoffs. I think that's what he was referring to.
So I'm not allowed to win kickoffs?
I don't know. I do not know. With that win, though, you've now put the $100 prize pool into the bucket, as the person with the money now has to pay it for whoever wins. And you've also now moved on. You will be playing me in the semifinals in a best-of-7. How you feel about that?
Might take a while.
Take a while?
Or might be a while till we play.
Oh.
Because we got to get through all the other matches and stuff.
Well, there's only one other semifinal.
Well, yeah, but also my controller might break by then because the RB button's like borderline broken.
I guess fair enough. But we'll see when that happens. But congratulations on your win against Zach. It was a great series, and we'll see you in the semifinals.
All right, in the semis.
All I did was just sweep like the entire game and just talk crap.
Well, with that being said, that was our last quarterfinal of the 2025 Christmas Bowl. We now have our 4 semifinals decided. It'll be me versus Zeph and Chase versus Ben in the semifinals. We want to thank you for watching all of the quarterfinals here in the playoffs and for watching everything for this 2025 Christmas Bowl. We know it's way past time of Christmas, but, you know, we're getting things done, and now we've officially made it to where we only have 4 matches left before we will decide a champion here for the 2025 Christmas Bowl. Again, thank you for watching the last 2 quarterfinals today, and we will catch you once again in the semifinals. Peace out.